Welcome to Sports Bios, the program that delves into the fascinating lives of iconic athletes. And I'm your host, Howard Closewell. Today, we're going to explore the captivating story of George Best, a football legend whose mesmerizing skills on the pitch and tumultuous life often have become an integral part of sports folklore. Born on May 22, 1946, in Belfast, Northern Ireland, George Best's early life was marked by a unique blend of family, community, and football that would ultimately shape his destiny. As we step into the world of young George Best, we find ourselves in the Creagh estate, a humble neighborhood in East Belfast, where the sounds of laughter, arguments, and football commentary filled the air. The Best family, comprising parents Dickie and Anne, and their 4 children, including George, lived in a small house on Burren Way, surrounded by a tight-knit community that shared a passion for football. Local church, St. Donard's, stood as a beacon of hope and community spirit, hosting numerous social events and fostering a sense of belonging among its members. George's father, Dickie, a skilled footballer himself, played a pivotal role in nurturing his son's love for the game. He would often take George to watch local matches at the Oval, home of Glentoran Football Club, where the young boy's eyes would widen with wonder as he watched the players' skills on display. The family's close relationship with their neighbors, the McNallys, also played a significant role in George's upbringing, providing a supportive network that encouraged his love for football. The McNally's son, David, would become one of George's closest friends and confidants, sharing countless hours of laughter, adventure, and football. As we delve deeper into George's early life, we find him attending Grosvenor High School, where he excelled in sports, particularly football. His physical education teacher, Jack McClelland, recognized his potential and encouraged him to pursue a career in football. The school's emphasis on sports and physical activity provided George with the ideal environment to develop his skills and build his confidence. He would often spend hours practicing his ball control, dribbling, and shooting, honing his craft with an unwavering dedication that would become a hallmark of his future success. The historical context of George's early years was marked by the post-war era in Northern Ireland, where communities were rebuilding and football was becoming an integral part of the social fabric. The local economy was booming, with shipbuilding and manufacturing driving growth, and the city was filled with a sense of optimism and possibility. As George navigated his childhood, he was surrounded by the sounds of traditional Irish music, the smell of freshly baked bread from the local bakery, and the sight of children playing football in the streets. As we explore the early life of George Best, it becomes clear that his family, community, and surroundings all played a significant role in shaping his character and nurturing his talent. The influences of his childhood, the encouragement of his parents, the camaraderie of his friends, and the unwavering support of his local community coalesced to create a young man with an unshakable confidence, a fierce competitiveness, and an unrelenting passion for football. The formative years of George Best's life were marked by a series of events that would ultimately shape his destiny. Though we won't delve into the specifics just yet, it's essential to note that the discovery of his talent by Manchester United scout Bob Bishop in 1961 would prove to be a pivotal moment in his career. The story of George Best is one of breathtaking talent, captivating charm, and haunting tragedy, a true sports biography for the ages. George Best's arrival at Manchester United in 1961 marked the beginning of an extraordinary journey. The young winger quickly made a name for himself with his dazzling skills, speed, and agility on the pitch. His debut against West Bromwich Albion in 1963 was nothing short of spectacular, as he scored a goal and left the crowd in awe of his talent. Over the next few years, George established himself as an integral part of Manchester United's attack, forming a deadly partnership with legendary players like Bobby Charlton and Dennis Law. The 1964-65 season was a watershed moment in George's career, as he helped Manchester United win the First Division title. His performances on the pitch earned him widespread recognition, including the prestigious European Footballer of the Year award in 1968. This accolade not only cemented his status as one of the world's top players, but also marked a turning point in his career, as he began to attract attention from fans and critics alike. One of the most iconic moments in George Best's career came on March 16, 1970, when Manchester United faced Benfica in the European Cup quarter-finals, in a match that will be etched in football history forever. George scored 2 goals, including a stunning individual effort that showcased his incredible speed and skill. This performance not only sealed Manchester United's victory, but also solidified George's reputation as one of the greatest players of all time. However, George's success on the pitch was often overshadowed by controversies off it. His high-profile relationships with women like Siv Hedderby and Eva Haraldstad, as well as his struggles with alcoholism, made headlines in the British tabloids. Despite these challenges, George continued to mesmerize audiences with his footballing prowess, earning him a loyal following among Manchester United fans. As we explore the trajectory of George Best's career, it becomes clear that his time at Manchester United was marked by both incredible highs and devastating lows. The club's European Cup victory in 1968, where George played a crucial role, remains one of the highlights of his career. However, the team's subsequent decline, coupled with George's personal struggles, led to a tumultuous period in his life. The historical context of George's playing career was marked by significant social and cultural changes in Britain. The 1960s were a time of great upheaval, with the emergence of counterculture movements, the rise of feminism, and the decline of traditional industries. Football, as a sport, was not immune to these changes, as players like George Best became icons of popular culture, symbolizing the hopes and aspirations of a generation. As we reflect on George Best's remarkable achievements, it's essential to acknowledge the impact he had on the beautiful game. His unique style, which blended skill, speed, and creativity, inspired a generation of footballers, including legends like Johan Cruyff and Diego Maradona. George's legacy extends beyond his playing career, as he remains an icon of Manchester United and a symbol of the sport's ability to transcend borders and cultures. The story of George Best is one of breathtaking talent, captivating charm, and haunting tragedy, a true sports biography for the ages. The 1970s were a tumultuous period in George Best's life, marked by personal struggles and professional setbacks. His relationships with women, including his marriage to Siv Hedderby, were often tumultuous, and his drinking problems worsened. Despite these challenges, George continued to play football, albeit with diminishing success. He left Manchester United in 1974, moving to the United States to play for the Los Angeles Aztecs and later the Fort Lauderdale Strikers. One of the most significant controversies surrounding George Best during this period was his struggle with alcoholism. His drinking problems had begun in the early 1970s, but they worsened over time, leading to numerous arrests and public incidents. In 1984, George was arrested for drunk driving, and he eventually served a 3-month prison sentence. This experience marked a turning point in his life, as he began to seek help for his addiction. In the 1990s, George Best's health began to decline due to his years of heavy drinking. He was diagnosed with liver disease and underwent a liver transplant in 2002. Despite this, George continued to drink, and his health problems persisted. On November 25, 2005, George Best passed away at the age of 59, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire and captivate audiences around the world. As we reflect on George Best's life, it's essential to acknowledge the complexities of his personality. He was a charismatic and talented individual who struggled with demons throughout his life. His unique style on the pitch, which blended skill, speed, and creativity, inspired a generation of footballers. However, his personal struggles and controversies often overshadowed his achievements. In the years since his death, George Best's legacy has continued to grow. He remains an icon of Manchester United, and his contributions to the sport are still celebrated by fans around the world. In 2007, a statue of George Best was unveiled outside Old Trafford, serving as a testament to his enduring impact on the beautiful game. As we conclude our exploration of George Best's life, it's clear that his story is one of breathtaking talent, captivating charm, and haunting tragedy. His remarkable journey continues to inspire and captivate audiences around the world, reminding us of the power of sports to transcend borders and cultures. As George himself once said, "I was born with a gift and I wasted it." Despite his personal struggles, George Best's legacy will continue to endure, inspiring future generations of footballers and fans alike. In the end, George Best's story serves as a reminder that even the most talented individuals can struggle with personal demons. His life was marked by both incredible highs and devastating lows, but his impact on the sport of football remains unparalleled. As we look back on his remarkable journey, we're reminded of the enduring power of sports to inspire, captivate, and transcend. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of George Best's life, and we hope that his story will continue to inspire and motivate you in the years to come. That's all for today's Sports Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Howard Closewell reminding you to keep shooting for your goals.